from a live environment. And like Barrister rightly said, you see, you have what we call perception before performance. The perception today casts a questionable cloud on INEC, even if the intention is clear. Look at the graduation. I mean, from the graduation, you will see clearly that the Northwestern has been given 7,000 plus, right? North Central, 6,000 plus. Northeastern, 5,000 plus. Then Southwestern, 4,000 plus. South-South, 3,000 plus. Then Southeast, specifically, 1,167. If you compare that to the FCT is even 1,200. So when you look at it statistically, the perception is already presenting a skewed, position. So from that angle, and that was why some of us say there is a need for review, but look at also previous sectors, previous creativities. Examples are this. When we started with the driving license, the intention was somebody can use your driving license to trace you to your bedroom. Is that what is obtainable? Look at the plate numbers. If the plate numbers technology and creativity were to be there, the insurgents that have been blasting places using vehicles wouldn't have succeeded, because we will have traced people. And when you prologued this discussion today, you said something about SIM cards. The intentions of SIM cards is to be able to have real data that we can transform, analyze, and atomize into information. And I will say Chamberlain is this. But scammers are still what? Scammers are still having their way. Another point again, central bank, for instance, right? When go to everywhere, central bank is the banker's banker. If you go to central bank or the commercial bank, you cannot see one new mint. Immediately you come out there, a market woman will unzip her whatever, and you will see new notes. I'm sorry for the market, but it happens. So sometimes you just have to listen.
Okay.
In the days of Sanusi, when they wanted to come up with the 5,000 bills, they came up with all kinds of reasons. The perception was just negative. So in situations like this, just listen, review your standards, or as some people say, drop it.
Let's get across to Kaide, though. He joins us on the phone this morning to get his perception on this matter. Morning, Mr. Ido. Thank you for joining us again today. Well, the impression in the studio here, even though we haven't gotten that of Ahmed Tijani, who joins us while the discussion is going on, and thank you for coming on, Mr. Tijani. Well, Kaide, a lot of people, from the studio here, they think the perception there is not just right. In fact, some are suggesting drop it for now. Others think review it. What can you tell us now about this?
Yes, we've had the argument, and am I with you still?
Yes, please.
Yes. We've had this argument, and what we've been saying is for us, Nigerians, to engage with the statistics on their merit. For a change, let us make the effort in this country to divest from primordial sentiments of this is my zone, this is the other person's zone. Let us look at things objectively, and because otherwise we will be held hostage to fears and primordial sentiments that have dogged the nation. That's why we have been trying to put this information out and to make people see. I heard the latter part of the explanation he was making the last speaker about the numbers for the zone. Like I told your guest yesterday on your program, I appreciate I very much respect the attempt to engage with statistics, but let's take it holistically. Now, he has spoken about FCT, he has spoken about other zones. Do you know, sir, that for FCT, the percentage that FCT has in the whole 150,000 polling units that are to be created is 1.2%. And the percentage that FCT has in the register, 4,536. The percentage of the voter register in the voter register is 2.5. But when you take the number of polling units Anambra is getting, whether you have it is 3.2. 3.2.
Okay, Mr. Doe, I mean, yesterday we were looking at some of these matters, and then at the point where we were trying to find out which register did INEC use in coming up with this 30,000 polling units.
Yeah. Yes, like I said, it's the post-AFIS register.
The post-AFIS, not the post-business rule?
No, you see, this issue, this fixation with the post-business rule of the business rules. This rule is an administrative register. Everybody in post-AFIS are legitimate potential voter. But in principle, it is covered. Some not have separate enough captured in the people will use their voter card. A voter say yes, you are a human being. Voter, eligible voter.
Okay,
come back and capture your fingerprint. That's what post-business is about.
Okay, but could you, because the impression out there is that the post-AFIS register happens to be the second phase, because if you have, as at 2011, when you had the register, I think there were between 70 million registered voters. So when you subject it to the post-AFIS, which you say is the one INEC used, that's the first stage of cleaning up the register. So we understand that there's also a third phase, which is the post-business rule, which is the stage wherein you can rely on the document or the register that you have as having gone through all the necessary cleaning. By that we mean the fingerprints, the pictures, the names, everything is correct. And when that happens, you have between 57 and 65 million people on that register. So the question then is, why do we have to use the post-AFIS when the chairman has said in some comment, even on that press briefing, that it was the post-business rule that is the cleanest register that can be relied upon?
Well, there's no that the commission, that is chairman, or any board in the leadership commission has said this register is not a valid register. The reason is this. Is that I talked about this. Voters in 2010. What and all after so that's what to talk. 2011, we have to announce the register. It's 73.5.
I think we're having a problem hearing you clearly, so we'll try and... Can you hear us? It's woolly, so we'll reconnect. We'll redial that line and see if we can get you clearly. But let me go with Mr. Ahmed Tijani's. He's just joined us and having given his thoughts on this matter. Again, thank you for coming in. What do you think about this impression or the commentary making the rounds about INEC's allocation or reallocation of 30,000 polling units?
Well, without trying to take us back, I think it's just the same kind of games that are played on Nigerians to keep them guessing until the time when we are to be on the field. Nobody knew exactly where we are going until those stakeholders get their way. Because I can tell you, this will be repeating itself for the next, God knows how many years to come, if first things are not done first. What are those first things? Somebody has to take the bulls by the horn as far as Nigeria's sovereignty,